Hey everybody, it is the Shonen Saint, and I'm back again with another video today. Now today, this template might look a little familiar to you, but I was sitting around yesterday and I was thinking to myself, what worlds are likely to return in future Kingdom Hearts games? Now this isn't specifically Kingdom Hearts 4, this is just future Kingdom Hearts games in general. And I just wanted to do a quick video and just kind of talk about each of the Disney worlds. Now, I'm really only going to go over the Disney worlds. The non-Disney worlds aren't really going to get talked about, but the Disney worlds themselves, which ones are likely to come back in future Kingdom Hearts games? What could they possess, like, to bring them back in future Kingdom Hearts games? So I wanted to go over that real quick and just kind of rank them through. I think they're likely to come back, maybe to come back. I feel if they come back, and no, I don't think they'll come back at all. Like, there is no chance they come back at all. And this is really, no. So let's just get into this video. And the first one is 100 Acre Wood. And honestly, I'm going to put that in It's a classic world. It's been in all the mainline games. My only thing that I have against it right now is it was not very good in Kingdom Hearts 3. In fact, I would say that is the worst Disney World in Kingdom Hearts 3 is the 100 Acre Wood. The mini games, it was fun at first, but it's the same thing over and over again. So, but if Square can improve on the mini games and give it a little bit more depth going forward, then yeah, I'd welcome it back with open arms. But as of right now, 100 Acre Wood is just to me. Next is Beast Castle, and I don't think so. No, I don't see it coming back in future games, really. Maybe in a cutscene, but that's about it. Belle, I don't believe is a Princess of Heart anymore. We don't really know too much about that whole, oh, they passed it on. I don't know. That was such a weird plot point they brought up. But, Beast Castle, it did its job. They went over the plot of the movie, had some original stuff. The only thing we never really got was that Gaston boss fight, but I feel like it's too late for that at this point. Key kind of already covered that. Unchained Key, whatever. They already kind of covered that, and I just think it's too late for that. But outside of that, Beast Castle, even at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, during the credits, we did see that Beast had turned back into a human. Now, next one is Castle of Dreams, and I'm actually going to put that one as a maybe. I feel like there's so much more we could really explore of Castle of Dreams. I feel like we've explored it pretty well, but I just feel like story-wise, there's a little bit of potential there. Sora's never been there personally. Cinderella is a former Princess of Heart. And if they wanted to go through a movie plot, they could always go through Cinderella 3. Although that has a lot of time travel stuff that could contradict the Kingdom Hearts time travel. Look, I'm just putting it as a maybe. I know I rank this world as one of my least favorite worlds, but I definitely think there's that maybe category there. Next is Deep Space. Now, I'm going to kind of lump that in with Lilo and Stitch in general. I don't think the Deep Space section is going to be what we return to, but the Lilo Stitch property, I think, is something that we definitely will revisit in the future. Whether it's a movie or an original story, I personally would hope it would be the story of Leroy and Stitch, but I think it's very likely we're going to eventually go there. At some point we have to go there. Stitch has been around for a while now, so I think it's very likely at some point we eventually go to Lilo and Stitch. Next is Monstropolis. I'm going to again put that in the category. I think it kind of did its job. I don't really see any reason us to really go there unless they want to explore the outside cities of Monstropolis, but I just don't really see that happening too much. Story-wise, we did it. We're already past the movie. We did the original story. Randall, again, that was like a boss fight we didn't get, but again, I just think it's too late at this point. I just say it's an Now, Land of Dragons. I think that is a personal no. I see no reason for us to ever return to the Land of Dragons. Mulan wasn't a Princess of Heart. She potentially could be, but I just don't see us ever returning to the Land of Dragons. we did the story that we needed to do there, and there's just really nowhere else for it to go. Now, Agrabah. Agrabah, people are going to get mad at me for this because I know people are sick of Agrabah, but I think I would say it's likely we go back there. And I personally do want to return to Agrabah because we still have some unfinished story with the plot of Aladdin 3, The King of Thieves. There's just so much potential for that. We can go to the Vanishing Isles. We can have a boss fight with Saluk, with the 40 Thieves. Kasim can be a part of this. We could have a boss fight against Razul. I mean, there's just so much we can explore the Sultan's Palace a little bit more. Agrabah can be expanded even more than it was from Kingdom Hearts 1 to Kingdom Hearts 2. I think we need to revisit Agrabah again. I think we need to finish the story this time. This would be the last time we go to Agrabah. Finish the story. Next one, again, a lot of people aren't going to like this, but I think Arendelle is super likely to come back. Frozen's one of the biggest properties of all time. Frozen 2 exists. I think we're going to go to Frozen 2 in Kingdom Hearts 4. There's so much more for us to explore from that world. We have the town of Arendelle itself. We have the entire, all the locations from Frozen 2. I think this time Elsa can be a party member. I think we're gonna return to Arendelle. It's just a matter of time. Atlantica. Ooh. I'm going to put that in the egg category because I personally don't ever see us going back. Again, they can do the plot of The Little Mermaid 2. There's something there for that. And I do personally believe if Square was to give it another shot nowadays, I think the world could be pretty good with both not only swimming mechanics, but I just think it would be a really beautiful water level, just in general. I think Caribbean gave me hope for water levels going forward with Kingdom Hearts, so I could see it. There's potential there. Plus, we could actually make Ariel a Princess of Heart this time too, instead of sidelining her because they wanted to make her a party member. But I also feel very like this isn't a world that I'm sitting here begging for. So I'm gonna. Next is Country of the Musketeer. Absolutely nothing we can do to go back to this world. There's no potential there. There really is no potential there for us to return. And I also have to feel the same way with Deep Jungle, especially with all that copyright business with its copyright holders and Disney. We're not going back to Deep Jungle. It only ever appeared in Kingdom Hearts 1. Did its job. Now I want to talk about this world, Disney Castle, or Disney Town, Disney Castle, Disney City, Disney Metropolis, whatever it's going to be called in the future. I put it in the likely territory because it is an important world to the franchise, but I also have a video I want to do in the future talking about what they could potentially do with Disney Town if they would ever want to bring it back. Next is Dwarf Woodlands. I just don't see us ever going back there. I think we did everything we could there. Enchanted Dominion. I'm only going to put this in the egg category just because of how important Maleficent is to the franchise. But outside of that, there's really no reason for us to go back there. They could expand maybe the castle and the forest itself, but there's just really no reason for us to go there. Maleficent is the only reason it's in the egg category. Halloween Town. I love Halloween Town. It's one of the best worlds in all the Kingdom Hearts games it's in. But it's no. There is no reason for us to ever go back to Halloween Town. We did everything we could there. And there's no new areas we could go to. There's nothing to expand it. I know some people say, oh, we can go through the other doors. I believe, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe a couple years ago, they wanted to make a Nightmare Before Christmas 2. They said, hey, Tim Burton, can we go through the other doors like Easter and St. Patrick? And he's like, no. So I don't think Square is going to be doing that either. Next is Tangled. Now, one of the best worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3. This one's the hardest one to rank. And I think I'm going to put it in eh. Because again, I think we did everything we could there. I think we fully explored the world to the best we could. But with Rapunzel potentially being a new Princess of Heart, I just don't see us ever going back there, realistically. Next is Monstro. No, no, don't need to go back to Monstro. Now Neverland, I'm gonna put Neverland again at the category because again, I feel like we've explored Neverland to its fullest capabilities. Well, no, hold on. Let me put that in the maybe category because I feel like there is some potential. If they really put everything they've got from the past games and put it all together, I think we'd have this beautiful environment to explore with Neverland, especially if we can fly around the world with with the pixie dust. Oh boy, now I'm getting excited to think about that. Plus, there is the plot of never of Peter Pan to Return to Neverland. I should also kind of bring this up with both Peter Pan and Atlantica. Of course, there are the sequel plots, but those also take years and years in the future. And I know timeline wise in Kingdom Hearts, they are pretty like weird. Like I still don't even fully understand how timelines work between different worlds, but those are kind of the problems. But I just think environment wise, Neverland would be beautiful. Next, I'm only gonna really do one, but that is Olympus Coliseum, and I'm gonna put that again, or Olympus. I'm gonna put that in the maybe category because we do know in Kingdom Hearts 4 we will at least be in the Wonderland. Well, we'll get to Wonderland. Let me tell you, I got some things to say about Wonderland, but we will be in the underworld. But that I personally believe will only be in cutscenes. I don't see us actually going there. But again, Olympus is a staple world. But I just feel like we've done everything there. We've been to every area that we could. We've taken care of basically all the plots that there is. The only thing I could really see them doing now is I don't even know what they could. There's like one Titan that they didn't fight. It was like the Cyclops Titan. I believe that was a Titan we didn't fight in Kingdom Hearts 3. So maybe he's running around somewhere. I mean, there's like those smaller villains, Hercules, but there's nothing for us to really return to. Hades is the only thing that really keeps us coming back. But I would be I would be dishonest to not put it in at least the maybe category just because we've technically already seen it in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. Next is Port Royal or the Caribbean, and honestly, I think I'm gonna put this in the likely category. I feel like Nomura loves this world. Sora loves this world. It was one of the best worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 2 was okay, and I feel like there's some plot potential for us to go back there. For expanding it, I mean, we could kind of keep the same ocean travel, but kind of give us newer islands to go to. And really just expand the world in that regard. There are 2 other Pirates movies that we haven't done yet in the form of 4 and 5, but outside of that, there really just isn't. I think I'm gonna put it unlikely. I'm not gonna say there isn't. I think there's a likely chance that Port Royal can come back in future games. But that's about it with that. Prankster's Paradise. Now, this one I feel a little different on it. I'm gonna put it in because I personally feel like it's an and the only reason I feel like it's an to me is because we never dealt with any of the villains of that world. We do know that Foulfellow, or Honest John, as he's also known in the movie, and Gideon were supposed to be in 358. Never dealt with them. So I don't know, maybe if they make a remake or something of 358, they can actually add that world in. I don't know, I'm just throwing out ideas. Outside of that, there's that. Again, that's how I feel with a lot of these worlds. We didn't ever deal with their villains properly, but I just feel like I don't know. There's something there I feel like could bring us back at some point. There's a lot of areas we didn't go to. We were only ever on Pleasure Island the whole time and inside Monstro. So I don't know. I'm just gonna put it in Ed just because I feel like we've really never dealt with a lot of it. Pride Lands. I think this is a likely world to come back in the future, and I think it's going to be a beautiful world if we ever return to it. And I think a lot of people will be like, oh, you said the same thing timeline-wise because of the kids in there. I feel like that works a little bit more because of how lions age. Like, a lion aging and a human aging are 2 different things. And plus, Simba's daughter was already born by the time of Kingdom Hearts 2's ending. Yeah, I got to work. That boy left, like, as soon as we left, Simba got to work. But that's about it. I think Pride Lands is very likely to return in a future world if they really wanted to. I think it would be a really good environment. I think Sora would look different too. He's aged a little bit, so I think Pride Lands would be a fun world to return to if we ever did. Next is San Francisco. And I honestly, I feel like that's a no. I feel like we did everything we needed to there. There's nothing they can really expand on, and that's kind of keep it there. Now I'm gonna kind of lump these two together, and I think is a maybe, which with the Grid and Space Paradox. And I put this as a maybe is because of course there is no other movie we could really do. I mean, there's other TV shows that they are making a Tron 3 with Jared Leto, but we'll see when that happens. But the reason I put this as a maybe is because of the story potential. Because there are some things that are just not done with Tron yet. I mean, Sora, I feel like still needs to try to save him in some way, even though it wasn't the same Tron as that. But I just feel like these are worlds that have potential to come back, and the story is there. Symphony of Sorcery. Now I'm gonna put this in the maybe category. And why do I put this there? Because there is a little film. I don't know if you all heard of it. It's the first in the series. Um, Disney fans, Square Enix fans, Kingdom Hearts fans. It's called Fantasia 2000, and that has new areas to explore, new potential boss fights, and what was he called? It was the Jack in the Box guy and the Phoenix. Um, there's potential for Fantasia 2000 in my opinion, especially with Donald, of course. But outside of that, that's about it. That's the only reason. But I just think that is enough of a reason to put that in the maybe category. Timeless River. I'm gonna put this in the maybe category again because this was one of the most unique worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2, and I think it can return, and they could do more Disney cartoons. They can maybe pull from more of like Disney's classic characters as well. We didn't really get that many in that. I mean, we got a handful like Clarabelle and Horace and uh, the chicken girl. I forget the name, but I feel like if they can update it a little bit more, maybe take more inspiration from that 50s style, maybe get Oswald involved, maybe some other classic Disney characters and stuff like Mortimer or the Big Bad Wolf. Like, I would absolutely love to see that happen. And I do have future plans for Disney Town and Timeless River. I have a future plan video. I want to talk about those more in depth about how I think those could work in Returning World. But I think Timeless River should definitely return. I think that maybe it has a chance. I know, again, it really wouldn't make sense for us to go back there, but Square Enix could always find a way. They always find a way. Toy Box, no doubt in my mind, we're returning to that world. No doubt. There's so much of that world we've yet to explore. We've only really got Andy's room and a original Kingdom Hearts area in that toy store. I think this is one of the most important worlds in Kingdom Hearts. Like, Zora got introduced here. Zora was introduced. Like, Nomura said Kingdom Hearts 3 is not happening unless this world's returning. It's returning. There's so much potential. There's so many areas we could maybe have more original plots. Maybe we can have movie-driven plots. We can have, I don't know, a Zurg boss fight. We'll talk about that again in a later video. Zurg. And the final world, let me make sure I got through all the Disney worlds. This doesn't really count. Well, sure, I'll put this right next to Olympus. Oh, no, don't split them up. See, now I've messed everything up. Let's talk about Wonderland. And this one, I'm so in my video when I ranked the worlds, Wonderland was at the bottom. It was one of the bottom ones. Let me explain. So, Wonderland to me is a world I think we need to return to, but not in the form of Wonderland, in the form of Underland from the Tim Burton 2010 Alice in Wonderland live action movie. Now, let me preference this by saying I'm not the biggest fan of the live action remakes. This is not a live action remake, this is a live action sequel. It is not the same. I think Underland would work so well. It's a world I do really want to see. We can have Alice and Johnny Depp, Mad Hatter. Why did I call him Johnny Depp? We can have Mad Hatter as party members. Sora would be like, well, I know you from somewhere. He's like, no, you don't. There's boss fight potential. The world would look so grim and dark from the colorful goofiness that we've had in the past games. I think this, in my opinion, should be a world we return to. I think this definitely should be. Only touch that first for don't even touch Alice in the Looking Glass. Just let's touch this one. Jabberwock, Knave of Hearts, the cards. I think this definitely needs to be a world we return to in future Kingdom Hearts games. Alright, everybody, that looks like to be it. What do you guys think? What worlds do you guys personally think should return in future Kingdom Hearts? Do you think none of them? None of them. Like, don't let any of them return. Again, these are just the ones I have my reasonings for it. I do plan on going in depth with a lot of these in the future. But I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that for right now. But thanks for watching the video. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you guys next time.